Hi guys, today we're going to be talking more about finding the area of a triangle, but also specifically how to use the area of a triangle to find other parts of the triangle. But before we get into any of that, let's start with this problem right here as a do now. I'd like you guys to take out your notebooks, copy this down, and then pause the video and try to figure out by yourself the area of this triangle. And I put the formula there for you in case you forgot. When you're done, click play so we can check your answer. All right, hopefully now you have done this by yourself. So to review, the area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. So in this problem, we're going to be doing 1/2 times the base. What is the base of this triangle? It's right here. It's 8/9 inches, 8/9 of an inch. So I'm going to put 8/9 here. And then the height of the triangle is right here. It is perpendicular to the base. See, we see that nice right corner there. And the height is 3/5 inches. So 1/2 times 8/9 times 3/5. So now, super important. How do we multiply fractions? You just go straight across the top, straight across the bottom. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. So let's multiply these two first. 1/2 times 8/9. Well, 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 9 is 18. So now we're going to have 8/18 times 3/5. Now if you want, we can simplify this fraction first before we multiply it, because these are kind of big numbers. I mean, you can just multiply it first, but I would definitely simplify this first to make your multiplication easier. We can divide both of these by 2, right? I could do this one divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 would be 4. I'm going to write it down here. And 18 divided by 2 would be 9. Now 4/9, that's a lot easier to multiply with 3/5. So all I did was simplify this fraction and write it down here. So now I'm going to multiply the simplified version because that's going to be a lot easier. So 4 times 3 is 12. 9 times 5 is 45. So 12/45. And just make sure you can't simplify your answer. Can you simplify 12 over 45? Yes, you can. You can divide those both by 3. So if we divide by 3, we get 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 45 divided by 3 is 15. 4/15. Can you simplify that? No, you cannot. So your answer is 4/15 inches squared. That is the area of the triangle. So even though there was fractions here, you know how to multiply fractions. Easy peasy. You multiply the tops, then you multiply the bottoms. Here is your answer. Same formula. So now, today we are going to try something different. We are going to use the area to find the missing side of the triangle. So let's look at our first example here. And before I even read the problem, what do I see? Well, I see there's a base of 11.5 inches, no height. I don't know what that is. So we are trying to find the height of the triangle in this problem. The area of triangle FGH, that's this triangle FGH, is 46 square inches. Okay, so we already know the area. The area is 46 square inches. That's cool. Now we need to use this to find the height of the triangle. So how are we going to do that? Well, we know our area formula. Its area is 1/2 times the base times the height. But in this problem, we already know a few things. So we don't know the height, but we do know the base, and we do know the area. So we want to plug in the things that we know right into this formula. So in this problem, we know the area and we know the base. So let's plug those in. My area is 46. So instead of A, I'm going to put 46 equals 0.5 times, and the base we know, it's 11.5, times, and then I'm just going to put height because we don't know height yet. Well, this right here is an equation, and you know how to solve an equation, but we're not solving for x. What are we solving for in this problem? We're solving for height, but we're going to do the same thing. 46 equals 0.5 times 11.5. Don't leave that. You can multiply those. Those are real numbers that you know how to multiply. 0.5 times 11.5 is 5.75. So all I did there was combine these two numbers. Where are they? 0.5 times 11.5 is 5.75. I combined them. So now we have 46 equals 5.75 times the height. And actually, we can write this even nicer if we want. 46 equals 5.75. Now, I'm just going to use h for height. But don't forget, we don't need to write the multiplication sign. So 5.75h. Hey, look at that. It's a one-step equation. This is what we're trying to figure out. So now I know all of this. If I wanted to figure out what h is, what would I do here? My inverse operation, of course, I would divide 46 divided by 5.75. So let's do that. 46 divided by 5.75. After you do all your division, you should get the answer 8. 8 equals h. So what does that mean in this problem? That means that the height is 8 inches, the height of the triangle. Here we go. That's my answer. So I'm now combining two things that you know how to do. One would be solving equations, and two is using this area formula. So even though we're looking for something different, you still want to plug in all of the numbers that you know and then simplify your equation all the way down until it looks something like this, so you can use an inverse operation to solve for whatever's missing. Let's do another one together. The area of triangle LMN, that's this one, is 36 square inches. Okay, so area equals 36 square inches. Yep. We want to find the base of the triangle LMN. Why? Because we have this. What does this represent? This is the height. The height is 8 inches. This, the base, that's what we don't know. So now we got to fill in everything we know. Area equals 0.5 times the base times the height. And this time I'm just going to use B and H for base and height. Make it nice and easy. So area, I know that. I'm going to plug that in. 36 equals 0.5 times, I don't know the base, so I'm going to leave B. I do know the height. 8, right? Or just 8. You don't have to. I'm going to put the parentheses. It makes it easier to see. All right, that's what we know. So now how do we start solving? 0.5 times B times 8. Well, multiplication, you can go in any order that you want, right? 1 times 2 times 3 is the same thing as 3 times 2 times 1. You get the same answer either way. 5 times 2 is the same thing as 2 times 5. So if we want to make it easier to see, we can put the numbers together so we can multiply those first. 0.5 times 8 and then multiply by B. That would probably be a little bit easier. So when you multiply 0.5 times 8, we're doing what's half of 8? It's 4. So 0.5 times 8 equals 4. So all I did was combine these two. 0.5 times 8 is 4. Now I have a nice one-step equation here. So what do? I do the inverse operation. 36 divided by 4. And when you do that division, we know that answer is 9. So B equals 9. So what does that mean? That means the base of the triangle is 9 inches. Oh my goodness, I spelled triangle wrong. Don't tell your English teacher. Okay. There's your answer. Let's do one more together, and then you guys can do a couple by yourself. So right here, we're going to go down. The area of triangle PQR, here's my three corners, PQR, is 19.2 square centimeters. Let's write it down. Area equals 19.2 square centimeters. All right. We are looking for the base of the triangle. Well, that would be right here. Here's where my base is going to go. This triangle is sideways. Remember, this is the height because it's going up from that right corner. If you turn your head sideways and look at it, 9.6 is the height. So we're going to fill in everything that we know into our equation. Area equals half times base times height. Do we know the area? Yes, we do. It is 19.2. And that equals half times the base, which I don't know yet, times the height, which is 9.6. I'm going to put that in parentheses, actually, to make it easier to see. Let's rearrange that, though. Let's put the numbers together so we can multiply them. 0.5 times 9.6, and then we'll do times the base. So 0.5 times 9.6, we can actually do that, right? We get to find half of 9.6. So 9.6 times 0.5 is 4.8. So we combine those. 0.5 times 9.6 is 4.8. And then we still have our base that we need to multiply by. So again, all I did was multiply these two numbers to get 4.8. Now I have a one-step equation. This is multiplying, so we do the inverse and we divide. So we're going to do 19.2 divided by 4.8. And after you do out your division, you'll get the answer 4. So B equals 4 in this problem, which means the base of the triangle is 4 centimeters. There's your answer. Okay, so I want you guys to try 2 of these by yourself. I'm going to zoom out so you can see everything. So pause the video, copy these down, and try them. And when you are done, you can click play so we can check our answers. Ready, set, go. Okay, so now hopefully you've done these by yourself. I'm going to zoom in on this one so we can start with this triangle here. JKL is 35 square meters. That is my area. Okay, so that is my area, 35. So I can put 35 in there where the A goes for area. Equals 0.5 times the base, which, do we know the base in this triangle? Yes, we do. It's right here. So times 7, and then times H, the height. We don't know that yet. That's what we're trying to figure out. So now we got to go down and start simplifying this equation. 0.5 times 7 is 3.5. So 3.5 H. And now I do an inverse operation to solve for H. 35 divided by 3.5 is 10. So the height of this triangle is 10 meters, right? That's my unit. So the height is 10 meters. That's my answer. And then for my second triangle down here, let's see. So the area of the triangle is 36.5 square meters. Find the base. Okay, so that means we know the height already. So let me write out my formula. Area equals half times base times height. Now let's fill in what we know. Well, we know the area is 36.5. 0.5 is there. We don't know the base yet, but we know the height. It's 10. So let's make things easy for ourselves. Let's multiply together the 0.5 and the 10. So I'm going to rewrite 36.5. So 0.5 times 10, I'm going to combine those. I'm going to multiply those. And what do you get when you multiply 0.5 times 10? We get 5. So let me grab my cursor again. So I'm going to combine those and it equals 5. But I didn't do the base yet. So the base is still there, right? That's where I got that. I'm going to bring it back though so it doesn't look funny. So 36.5 equals 5b. Now to solve for b, we have to use an inverse operation now. We have to do 36.5 divided by 5. So when we do that, 36.5 divided by 5, you should get the answer 7.3, and this is in centimeters. So that is the base of the triangle, 7.3. And that's it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, you're good to go. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.